Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and tonight I wanted to pop on and talk about why you may only feel normal or feel good half of the month, only 2 weeks out of the month. And for most women, those 2 weeks that they're feeling good are going to be in this time frame here, right? Sometimes it's just when your cycle starts or maybe just after it starts. And then it may be last until just after ovulation or right around ovulation. And then things can kind of take a nosedive. With everything that's happening right now too, you also may notice, this is definitely a thing for me. I am really feeling like I'm in this part of my cycle and things are way worse for me now. What the heck? Yes, absolutely. Stress adds to any other cycle issues, cycle symptoms, things that you may be experiencing because that extra stress weighs so heavily on your system. You have to process it out. All the other things, right? That it's much harder to really work with your body and system and in a regular way right now if you've not been on this path, if you've not been eating for your cycle, if you've not been addressing how your cycle and how your body and systems change throughout the month. And now you're like, oh, this stress, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really, really tough. So there are some women who they feel good at this part of their cycle, right? So day 1 being the first day, day 14 is about when you'd ovulate, day 28 is about when that ends. Again, your cycle can be longer, shorter, all that stuff. But this is about the time frame of everything, right? And if you are struggling, if you are wondering if you feel like can actually get to the other side of this and feel regular or normal or good the entire month long, yes, absolutely, right? A lot of us are thinking, oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what I did. You didn't do anything. There's nothing wrong with you. Your cycle is just struggling at a certain point, meaning when these hormones shift and change, your body has a hard time processing that. Sometimes when women ovulate, it feels like you got hit by a truck. Those hormones shift so fast and your body just cannot process it. It cannot work through that hormone change quickly enough to help your body still feel good. So it's a very normal thing. So how do I know if my hormones are off? How do I know if my cycle's doing the thing that it should do? How do I know, what's happening and when? Super simple answer is a Dutch test. A Dutch test will show you. So this is, I'll put a link right here before I forget because I get excited about talking about this stuff. What I have women do is actually fill out a form so I know which Dutch test to send. Because there's different types. Right? There's different types of tests, so I want to make sure you're getting the test that's right for you and your system. When we look at something like a Dutch test, we're looking at your adrenals, we're looking at your testosterone levels, we're looking at your progesterones, estrogens, the entire, metabolism pathway of this. Oftentimes what we find is that there's an issue with your body and how it processes these hormones, especially when there's a shift that causes you to feel like a pile of hot garbage. Right? And then there's just different nutritional things that you need to focus on and do that are going to help your system through the other side of that faster. Again, most women will notice, oh, I didn't feel like that until after I had my second baby. I had my second baby and now my cycle went to crap. I was under a lot of stress. I had this other issue here or there, whatever, right? And then this starts for you. This is not something that usually women are like, oh my gosh, yeah, I realized that this was something that I've been struggling with for a long time. And the process of really helping this get better is also not something that happens overnight. Shocker, right? Because we have to work with our systems and our bodies at a certain time frame, at a certain pace. So when you're working with your system and working on getting to the other side of this, so for example, say you really struggle, like days 16 through 28, your body just is exhausted, really fatigued. You feel swollen almost, achy joints. You're like, oh, I wake up and I just don't feel good. I have this brain fog and I'm so irritated. I want to rip out the teeth of everybody around me. Become this angry bear of a person. And that's not even me. I feel like this crazy person trapped inside this weird body that's reacting this way. That's not me. But you can't help that reaction. It's the hormonal shift and change inside. You might notice that you don't sleep well, that you have a hard time getting to the gym and working out, that a lot of women will describe, oh yeah, I'm really good here. I'll start off the month and I'll be really good and I'll eat really clean and get to the gym, or okay, we're not getting to the gym right now, right? Or be really active and do all those things really well here. And then all of a sudden here, when my brain fog starts up, I end up binging all day and all night, and I don't want to. I just can't stop. I end up not getting up to go to the gym. I can't get out of bed. I'm so exhausted. And even when I do force myself to go or to do a workout, I can't even make it all the way through. Right? That's not a willpower thing. That's a hormonal thing. That's not a you just screwing up left and right. This is your system needs more help processing these hormones. You have different bodies, right? Your system changes so much throughout the month. And if we don't know what your hormones are doing and where they are off, it's really tough to say, oh, just take this supplement. Oh, this worked for my friend. It must work for you, blah, blah, blah. You can have a completely different pathway highlighted here that's a problem for you that's than somebody else, and we won't know about it. And you sometimes, I just did this the other day. I had a gal I was working with, and I just got her Dutch results in. And she was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this thing and I'm taking this supplement. I heard it's so good for hormones. It's so good. I was like, it is, but not yours. You're actually encouraging this pathway that's already too big, right? This pathway is too big for you. It's already too high. And you're taking something to encourage that more. That's gonna backfire. That would be the opposite of what we would want to do. Right? And she's like, oh no, well, oh my gosh, but I researched it and I read, and yes, there's the fatigue. And I was like, I know a lot of it. That's the trouble with this hormonal piece, is that a lot of the symptoms, a lot of the things that you're going to be feeling and experiencing are very similar or the same of having a different pathway problem, right? So it feels the same. You're exhausted. You can't get to the gym. Your body puts on weight. Oh my gosh, I feel like I gained 10 pounds here every time. Yep. And you're thinking, I got to do this thing. I got to be able to turn this around. And this supplement says it's going to help with that and hormones. And I feel like it's a hormone issue. Sure. But if we don't know which pathway it is, you could be taking something that is not helpful. So I just did this the other day with a gal. I was like, don't take that. You need to do the opposite of that. So thank goodness we caught it before, she'd only been taking it for like a week. And I was like, do you feel like it was helping? She's like, well, no, but I didn't think it would happen right away. I was like, no, you're right. But yeah, it's not going to happen right away. But please stop taking that. Please stop taking that. So just some things to keep in mind when you're looking at stuff, right? And as all of us are trying to pay more attention to our health, pay more attention to what we can do to get healthier, stay healthier. Stress is going to be a bigger thing that impacts our lives right now. And your hormonal health is going to be affected by it. So if you're feeling like, yes, oh my gosh, I've been really struggling with my body for half of the month, the Dutch test is going to be something that's going to help. So again, that link is there in the comments for you. Check it out. And then once you get the test and you take it, you send it in, you get the results, I do a consult with you and walk you through exactly what's happening in your system. That way you are not going into this blind. You get an exact protocol that is going to work for your system because it's designed for exactly what you have going on. The more tailored and specific we can make your protocol, the better and faster results you're going to get. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Let me know if you have any other questions. Resources, of course, I have my book, The Female Fat Solution. This is on Amazon. My podcast, The Female Health Solution, which is on all places podcast, and then my YouTube channel, Dr. Beth Westie, that you can subscribe to stay updated on all the things that I have coming out. All right, I will see you guys later. Have a great rest of your night.